Hello traders, this is Chinnati from the ChinnatiForex.com. Pips and points. In order to trade successfully, you need to understand what a pip is and how to calculate its value. So this is going to be a quite important tutorial because a lot of traders get these things confused, and I would really like to help you to get started in the forex market knowing these things right away. A pip stands for percentage in profit, and it is the smallest price change an exchange rate can make. Therefore, an increase or decrease in pips represents a profit or a loss in your forex trade. So let's look at the 4-digit system to start with. Most currency pairs like euro dollar are quoted to the 4th decimal place except for Japanese based currency pairs, because the Japanese yen is quoted to 2 decimal places. We'll talk about that later in more detail. In the 4-digit system, the last digit is the minimum change. So the last digit is the 4th digit, and that means the minimum change that any currency pair can experience is 0.0001 units of the quoted currency. Therefore, the minimum change is always called 1 point, and this value on the right, 0.0001, is called a pip. It's important to keep these things in your mind separately. So the minimum change is 1 point and 1 pip is 0.0001. So in this case, the minimum change is equal to 0.0001, and that means 1 point is exactly equals to 1 pip. And that's going to be the case for every single currency pair if it is quoted in the 4-digit quoting system. Let's go back to our example with the spread. Calculation of the spread is ask minus bid, and it was 0.0007 Australian dollars. If we apply points and pips to this scenario, it is equal to 7 points because it's 7 times the minimum change this currency pair can experience. So it's equal to 7 pips because this is equal to 7 times 0.0001. 5-digit quotations. So now we have got a new system in the forex market, and it has been around for several years now. The precision of price quotations is getting better, as now most brokers actually supply quotations in 5-digit mode. So here that quotation we are talking about is British pound Australian dollar 1.8866. Now is actually more precise, and it's 1.88663. Now the minimum change this currency pair can experience is actually 0.0001. Now let's understand how the definition of pips and points have changed in this particular case when the 5-digit system has been introduced. So the minimum change is always called 1 point. Now the value on the right, 0.00001, has been labeled with the name pipette. Once again, let's keep these things separate. 1 point is the minimum change, and 1 pipette is always equal to 0.00001. In this case, it is just to happen that minimum change is equal to 0.00001, and that means 1 point is actually 1 pipette. And that's always the case for 5-digit price quotations. So once again, let's calculate the spread. Here as shown in our previous example, but I have added the 5th digit as a smaller number, and a lot of brokers do that just to show that it is 5-digit quotations, because when you have 5 digits after the decimal point, it can get a bit confusing and like a lot of numbers. So the difference of the ask and bid price in this case is 0.00065 units of the quoted currency, which is Australian dollar, and that equals to 65 points. Let's remember that even in the 5-digit quotation system, the point is the minimum change that the currency pair can experience. In this case, the minimum change is 0.00001, and if you multiply that by 65, then you will get your spread. So the spread is 65 points. On the other hand, the spread is approximately 7 pips. You can say 6.5 pips or 7 pips, it doesn't really matter. It's approximately 7 pips because the pip is still 0.0001 just as it was in the 4-digit system. It's not going to change because we changed the system that we are quoting the currency. Pip is fixed, the pipette is fixed, so the spread is approximately 7 pips. And that you can also say that the spread is 65 pipettes. I would advise you not to use the word pipettes. That is because not many people will understand you well. It's a very new term or very low use term, so just stick with points and pips. So just to summarize what we discussed, we've got the 4-digit system and the 5-digit system. Example is the British pound Australian dollar quotation that we looked at, 1.8866 in the 4 digits and 1.88663 in the 5 digits. 1 point is always the minimum change. In the 4-digit system, it's 0.0001. In the 5-digit system, it's 0.00001. A pip never changes. A pip is always fixed regardless of the quotation system, and it is equal to 0.0001. And a pipette, there is no such thing in the 4-digit system. In the 5-digit system, it is there because there is enough precision. Before we finish up, a quick note on the Japanese currency pairs as promised. So if a currency pair is quoted in Japanese yen, meaning that the Japanese yen is on the right, you will see that everything is shifted by exactly 100. There is no 4 digits but 2 digits after the decimal point. In 5 digit, it is only 3 digits. So everything else stays exactly the same. Just multiply everything by 100, and this is only been associated with the way the Japanese yen has historically been priced. For instance, right now $1 American can buy you 188 Japanese yen. Any questions and feedback, let me know in the comment section below, and I'm glad to help. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.